Hi, I am M. Jagadish, Associate Professor in CSC Department. In this session, we discuss about constructor and destructor execution in inheritance. Means how the constructors and destructors are executed in inheritance concept. Basically, when we just go to work with inheritance, up to it, we know how to execute the member functions both in base class and the derived class, and how to invoke the member function of the base class through the derived class objects. Now here we just go to specify one more thing, that is nothing but constructors concepts. Basically, when we just go to create the objects, if base class contains a constructor, it will be called first. Then the derived class constructor will be called first. That indicates if once we are working with the inheritance concept, assume we have two classes as the base class and the derived class. Then the base class contains one constructor and the derived class contains the one constructor. Basically, we just go to create the object to the derived class. When the object is created to the derived class, if at all, if the base class contains a constructor, then it will be executed first. After executing the base class constructor, then only the derived class constructor will be executed. Take next case. When the object is destroyed, whatever we created the objects, generally we create the object of the derived class only. So when the object is destroyed, then first of all, the destructor of the derived class will be called first. After the destructor of the derived class, then the base class destructor will be called. See, this is the reverse. The first base class constructor executes, then derived class constructor will execute. Now, related to the destructors, first the destructors of derived class will execute, then the destructor of base class will be executed. This is the order of execution related to the constructors and destructors in inheritance. Now, look at the example. Now observe here. Now we just go to define the class base in the public section or in the public modes. I am defining the constructor, that is nothing but the base, which is meant to display constructing base statements on the output screen. Then after that, I am defining the destructor. The destructor is nothing but the class name as same to the function name with the tilde operator preceding. Then in this destructor, it is meant to display destructing base. Then after that, close the class. The class terminates. Now base class is terminated. Then come to the next one. That is nothing but the derived class. Now I am deriving a class derived from the class base in public mode. Now in the public section, again I am defining the constructor derived, which is meant to display the statement constructing derived on the output screen. Then again I am defining destructor, which is meant to display destructing derived on the output screen. Then close the class. Then both base class and derived class completes. Come to the main function. Now look at this in the main function. Simply I am creating the object OB to the derived class. When I create the object OB to the derived class, this both base and derived class consists only constructors and destructors, nothing else. So when the object creates, immediately it executes the constructor. Now here it executes first base class constructor. Whenever I create the object for the derived class, it executes first base class constructor, then it executes derived class constructor. Then after that, when close base terminates or when close base comes to the picture, it indicates the derived object destroys. When the derived class object destroys, then it executes first derived class destructor. Then after that, it executes the base class destructor. This is the procedure of execution of both base class and derived classes, constructors and destructors. Then look at this. Now we go with the multi-level inheritance. The previous example is related to only a single inheritance that indicates only single base class and single derived class. Now we work with the multi-level inheritance that indicates we are deriving a derived class from already derived class. Now look at this, how it works means, now I just simply specifying first class base. I'm defining the base class with the constructor base, which is meant to display constructing base on the output screen. And also I'm defining the base destructor, which is meant to display destructing base on the output screen. Then close the class. Then after that, I just go to define again derived class. That is nothing but here the name of the class is a derived one, which is deriving from base class in public mode. Here I simply specify the constructor derived one, which is meant to display constructing derived one. And also I am defining destructor derived one, which is meant to display destructing derived. Then close the class. The derived class also completes. Then come to the once again one more new class. We are working with multi-level. So I am deriving a new class derived 2 from already derived class derived 1 in public mode. Again here I just go to specify in the public section derived 2 constructor. In this derived 2 constructor I am specifying a statement constructing derived 2, which is meant to display constructing derived 2 on the output screen. Then again when I am defining a destructor derived 2, which is meant to display destructing derived. Then close this particular class also. Then after that I simply specifying the main function. Now look at this. When I just go to create the object for the main derived 2 function in the main class, sorry, main function, it simply executes first the base class constructor, which is displaying constructing base. Then after that it executes first derived one constructor. So constructing derived one will execute. Then after that it executes the next derived class derived 2 constructor, that is constructing derived 2. Now look at this. It is executing in the order, that is nothing but first it executes the base class constructor, then it executes the next derived class, that is derived 1 constructor, and then it executes the next derived class, that is derived 2 constructor. So this is the procedure how to execute the constructors in the inheritance. And come to the destructors. Destructors is in reverse order. First it executes the latest derived class, that is nothing but a derived 2. Then it executes derived 1 constructor, and at last it executes the destructor, sorry, it is related to destructor. Then at last it executes the base class destructor. So this is the way how the constructors and destructors are executing. Then come to the next type of inheritance, that is nothing but multiple inheritance. Now in the multiple inheritance, that indicates multiple base classes and only one single derived class. Come to this particular one, multiple inheritance. In this multiple inheritance, again I just go to implement the constructor and destructor execution. In this I am simply specifying the base class, that is base 1 I am defining. In this base 1 I am specifying base 1 constructor, which is meant to display constructing base 1 on the output screen. And also I am specifying base 1 destructor, which is meant to display destructing base 1 on the output screen. Then close the class. Then after closing the class, I just go to specify the next class, which also has a base class. So class base 2. Here also again I am going to define base 2 constructor, which is meant to display constructing base 2. And also I am defining base 2 destructor, which is meant to display destructing base 2. Then close the class. Now 2 base classes completed. Then come to the next one, that is nothing but derived class. Now here I am deriving a new class derived from the base classes. Those are nothing but base 1 and base 2, that 2 in public mode. Now in this derived class, in the public mode, again I am defining the constructor derived, which is meant to display constructing derived. And also I am defining destructor derived, which is meant to display destructing derived. Then close the class. Then come to the main function. Now in the main function, simply I am creating the object OB for the derived class. When I create the object OB for the derived class, then immediately it executes the constructors. But we have the 3 constructors, one from base 1, one from base 2, and one from derived class. So first it executes the base class constructor, that is base 1. Then it executes the next base class constructor, that is a constructing base 2. At last it executes derived class constructor, that is nothing but constructing derived. Then after that it executes destructors. So first it executes derived class destructor, so destructing derived will be displayed. Then after that it executes. This is in reverse order. So after that it executes base 2 destructor. Then after that it executes base 1 destructor. So this is the way how the constructors and destructors are executing in multiple inheritance. Whatever the type of inheritance it may be, the constructors will execute in the order from base class to derived class, and then destructors will execute in the order from derived class to base class. This is the procedure of executing constructors and destructors in inheritance concept. Thank you.